Abortion, euthanasia, God's role in the public square, climate change, sex, contraception. Those are just some of the issues that the Democratic candidates, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, discussed at a compassion forum in Pennsylvania on Sunday night. The event was hosted by the cable news network, better known to you as CNN, and CQ Politics watched along as well. Here's our take on the bests and the mosts. The most anticipated issue was Senator Barack Obama's recent comments in San Francisco about Pennsylvanians who have suffered economic losses. He deemed them to be bitter and said that they were clinging to guns and religion because of those economic losses. Here's what Hillary Clinton had to say about it, followed by how Obama fielded the question.
From my perspective, the characterization of people in a way that really seemed to be elitist and out of touch is something that we have to overcome. You know, the Democratic Party, to be very blunt about it, has been viewed as a party that didn't understand and respect the values and the way of life of so many of our fellow Americans.
So what I was referring to was in no way demeaning a faith that I myself embrace. What I was saying is that when economic hardship hits in these communities, what people have is they've got family, they've got their faith, they've got the traditions that have been passed on to them from generation to generation. Those aren't bad things. That's what they have left.
Here's the rub. Hillary Clinton didn't land a knockout punch, but the issue isn't going away. Senator Obama tried to shift ground a little bit. He said the scripture says to cling to things that are good, and in that construction, rhetorically, he makes guns and God good. If the debate is about whether guns and God are good, both Obama and Hillary Clinton, who are liberals, lose out with social conservatives in Pennsylvania. But if the issue is whether Barack Obama is a snob, he loses on that ground. So really it's going to be how it plays. In the category of most ambitious promise, Barack Obama wins with his pledge to cut poverty in half in 10 years.
I absolutely will make that commitment. Understand that when I make that commitment, I do so with great humility because it is a very ambitious goal. And we're going to have to mobilize our society, not just to cut poverty, but to prevent more people from slipping into poverty.
Here's the rub. It is an ambitious plan, but it's one that's already been thought out by the liberal think tank Center for American Progress. So if Senator Obama has any friends at CAP, and I'm sure that he does, he can borrow that plan and try to implement it if he becomes president. Moving on with our superlatives, in the category of, and by the way, this is a lot more fun when I do it with Angelina Jolie, but in the category of best specific play for a constituency, here's Hillary Clinton courting the Catholic vote.
In preparation for the Pope's visit, I was reading that the Vatican is the first carbon-neutral state in the world now. Well, that shows leadership.
And not forgetting to leave out her Jewish friends.
The recent Purim holiday for Jews raised the question of Esther. And I have been, ever since I was a little girl, a great admirer of Esther.
Here's the rub. It's great politics to speak authoritatively about religious figures at a religious forum. But note to Senator Clinton, next time call it Purim, not
Purim.
There's a tie in the category of most revealing moment. Here's what Hillary Clinton had to say when she was asked why a loving God would allow people to suffer.
I don't know. I can't wait to ask him because I have just pondered it endlessly. What that means to me is that in the face of suffering, there is no doubt in my mind that God calls us to respond. You know, that's part of what we are expected to do. For whatever reason it exists, its very existence is a call to action.
And here's Senator Obama on whether God intervenes in daily life.
You know, what I believe is that God intervenes, but that his plans are a little too mysterious for me to grasp. And so what I try to do is, as best I can, be an instrument of his will, to act in what I think is accordance to the precepts of my faith.
Here's the rub on those statements. No rub at all. Thanks for joining CQ Politics for the best and most, and next time we'll have Angelina Jolie. Sound like a campaign promise? It is.